Internet! Hello, you absolute lovelies. I have just seen one of my most anticipated movies of 2026, and as of filming this, not airing this, I saw it actually in December of 2025. This majesty right here, 28 years later, Bone Temple is likely to land as one of my favorite films of the year, and I've already seen it in the year prior. This movie is all of the glory of 28. Fill in the blank here. It is the headiness, it is the metaphysicalness, it is the ponderousness, it is the introspection, but through the power of Nia DaCosta directing and Alex Garland writing, it is joy, it is funny, it is whimsical at times. It deals with so many things about the human condition that you actually feel the absurdism of the human condition in the film while you dive deeper into the horror. There's this fascinating thing with horror where there becomes a point where it's so bloody and so graphic it gets funny. This movie does that with death. This movie does that with the ideas of death. This movie does that with psychosis and imagery itself. This movie manipulates imagery that deals with faith, imagery that deals with wealth, imagery that deals with life, and the very image of death itself while wielding metal music, while wielding Burning Man imagery, while wielding some of the best actors doing it to make this satire feel like a satire but never a farce. The line between satire and farce is so hard to walk, and Nia DaCosta and frickin' Alex Garland found that line. Alex Garland gave me Civil War a couple years ago, which really reframed my worldview of what history is and what present day is and how we will view the present historically. Alex Garland also gave me Ex Machina, which gave me an entire different worldview of what it is to be alive and what artificial intelligence can be for humanity. This, along with 28 years later, are a companion piece that have completely reframed death to me. I have a fear of death. I have a fear of mortality. I'm very aware of those things. This has given me such a joie de vivre. The actual memento mori concept of remember your death. This movie accomplishes. There's something beautiful about knowing everything ends, but it's also terrifying to know everything ends. And through this incredible doctor played by Ralph Fiennes, you feel that appreciation for life through death. On top of that, you get Samson swinging a big old impressive dick and a big old impressive growth of character. Not going to give too much away, but the combination of those two things swinging really make the movie work, and there's an incredible relationship between these two characters. In addition to those two characters, we get the Jimmies. The Jimmies were teased at the very end of the first movie. They're a very, very different tone to the end of the first movie, and it's about a 5 to 10 minute segment, and that sets up the glory of this. The imagery of the Teletubbies, the imagery of that Power Ranger kind of vibe, the imagery of this team gets unified and weaponized in an all new way, and boy oh boy are all the Teletubby references like candy to my millennial heart, while also giving you such a sense of whimsy and joy in horror, and all of that with Jimmy's imagery using Jimmy Savile, with using all of the horrors of what we do with our preachers and our big biblical figures that get away with literal murder and kid diddling and stealing from people. And they do all of this while the imagery is used in a way that appropriates the horror of humanity. The greatest villain of humanity is humanity. So many movies use that. So many movies make you aware that the bad guy is the person. And this movie does it with fun, and this movie does it with such a fascinating journey through the human condition while making you understand how Jimmy got this way, how Jimmy Prime was able to weaponize religion and weaponize faith and weaponize all these things. And I'm not going to spoil anything beyond that. That's what's given at the end of the first film. This takes it to places I never thought they'd go. It uses faith in ways I never thought they'd go. It weaponizes religion in ways I never thought a major studio, thank you Sony, thank you Columbia, would do to this scale, while also making you see Alfie in a brand new way. The kid from the first film is such a natural performer, and he's doing a very different role here while being a continuation of that very different role. So not only do you get a logical arc and progression for Samson, for our great Dr. Ian, for the incredible Alfie, but Alfie's role is such a different thing here, but it feels naturalized for a child. So all the performances, absolutely insane. Let's talk about Nia DaCosta. Nia DaCosta is a director that I have the utmost reverence and respect for. Candyman was one of those films like this that is so important to how I see real life and real actual events. That movie handles gentrification and the way we see other people outside of our little bubble so very well. It handles art, it handles commerce, it handles so many things. And I think about Candyman all the time. Now, Nia DaCosta has given me a movie that I will think about things that are affecting me day to day in a different direction at the end of my days in an all new way, and directs it with such confidence. There are moments that reflect the Danny Boyle directing style, keeping it in universe. There are moments that reflect even 28 Weeks Later's directing style, keeping it in universe. But this is so uniquely her style and so uniquely a movie that is the leanest, meanest, and most linear narrative without ever feeling like it lost anything, without ever feeling like it lost the integrity of what 28 is meant to be. This is a combination of Alex Garland writing at the leanest and meanest and most aggressive, but still somehow linear, and Nia DaCosta finding this confident directing energy like she did with Candyman, like she does when she's allowed to play. I, unfortunately, didn't love The Marvels. I had gone all the way into The Marvels defending the glory of Nia DaCosta with Candyman, but that movie was directed by a studio. This movie got to be directed by Nia DaCosta, making the weird shit we want out of an Alex Garland script, making the weird insanity we want out of the Rage Virus. And this movie dives into the Rage Virus. This movie dives into zombie concepts and psychosis and faith, and those things are pretty similar to me. So I really enjoyed getting to see something that deals with the madness of blind belief in any direction. That is madness. I think faith is such a fascinating concept where humans are like, yeah, Santa's fake, but God's real. We dance. We dance here. And I am very excited to see the people that have these blind beliefs get to see a movie that doesn't judge them, but goes, hey, maybe take a look. Maybe just take a little peeksy at what you're doing with your life. So I really love that this gets to be a horror movie of the psychosis of man. This movie gets to be a movie about the psychology of man, but it's never mean to anyone but the people that are proving the villains of their own story. And it never lets you forget that this is all a journey with frickin' rage monster zombies. I call them zombies in this instance, but it does it in such a way that it reinvents the wheel while still living within the bounds of what 28 has always been. And it gives you, just like in the first film, and the first 28 years film, it gives you an incredible way to launch into more. There is a third 28 years to be made if this one does well. The enthusiasm for this review is because I need this third film in my life. I need it in my soul. I need it in my heart. I need to know. And the way this movie just grows and builds and lets you live that, I only want to end you with one more thought. This was completely non-spoiler. The closest thing to a spoiler is the following. This image and how we get to this image is the funniest punchline I can remember in an image being this jarring, dark, and striking to delivery of the film. I'm not going to spoil it. This is the closest to a spoiler you're going to get. That was genius, and I'm so excited to watch this with my dad. There is so much brilliance in this, and so many dad jokes, and so much glory. This movie is a masterpiece. Thank you, Nia DaCosta. Thank you, Alex Garland. Thank you, Jack O'Connell. Thank you to everyone involved in this. And Ralph Fiennes, get your damn new Oscar. From Voldemort, from Schindler's List to this performance, you genius. Thank you. If you guys like this review, please hit that subscription bell. I cover lots and lots of stuff on this page. I didn't even plug my channel at the top of this review. I was so excited to tell you all the things. But hit that subscription bell. Please also like this video to help it grow. Please comment below what you think, what you thought, and what you got out of 28 years later, Bone Temple, a movie that I've been excited for 3 years, that is now here for the rest of my life, and I'm so grateful for it. Good God, cinema, give me a third one. Thank you, everyone involved. Like, comment, subscribe, YouTube shit. Go live your life.